I'm so happy that you are joining me today. This is Quantum Health Connections. I'm Dr. Bonnie Jewell, and today I will be reading to you from my book, Vim and Vigor, Escape the Medical Merry-Go-Round, Reclaim Your Health, and Live a Long and Healthy Life.
Chapter 3, Your Body Has a Mind of Its Own. Has this ever happened to you? You tell yourself, I am not going to eat sugar today. You go to work, someone sets out a plate of cookies, donuts, or a birthday cake. You remember your resolve. The next thing you know, you look down and half a plate of cake is in your mouth. And you don't even know how it happened. Your body took over. You say screw it and continue to eat, breaking your promise to yourself yet again. And then you get to deal with all the emotions of disappointment that go along with it. We've all been there. What happens in this situation is that your body-mind has taken over. Your body's job is to keep you alive and as engaged in life as possible. It will do what it thinks is best based on how you have trained it, regardless of what you think. For most of us, we have given over our connection to our body and what it needs to others. We look outside ourselves for answers and are influenced by outside influences, advertisements, news shows, magazine articles, social media. It is socially acceptable and even encouraged to treat our bodies in a way that is indulgent and unhealthy. Your connection with your body is your gut instinct. Your gut instinct is a gateway to understanding and helping your body with what it needs to be healthy. With your children, it shows up as mother's intuition. As we have been encouraged to trust the signs or trust the news or trust the politicians or trust the doctor more than you trust your gut or you trust yourself or trust your mother's intuition, the disconnect has become bigger and bigger and unfortunately normalized. Now is the time for you to reconnect with your body and be in charge of your health. The more you pay attention to your gut instinct, the more your body's innate wisdom begins to reveal itself to you. This type of connection with your body is part of your human instinct and nature. You see it in newborns who instinctively know to seek out food from their mother's breast as soon as they are born. You had it when you were born, so with it. Once this communication with your body reconnects, the wisdom your body reveals to you becomes obvious and easy. All you have to do is start paying attention to your body's messages, and you will relearn it. You are not your body is not you. Many people think that they are interchangeable with their bodies, but you are not your body. There is the you, that is the spiritual being, and then there is your body. The pineal gland connects the spiritual and the physical. It is the access point to experiencing God. The pineal gland is found in medical imaging by looking for calcification around it. This calcification is made of fluoride. Fluoride is added to our water, vaccines, toothpaste, and more. During the detoxification process of your journey towards health, metals will be released from your body, including your brain. The more you support your body against the constant bombardment of toxins, and the more you support your health, the greater your connection with God. If you think you have a great connection now and you are not at level 4 health, just wait. You, the spiritual being, are the custodian of your body. Merriam-Webster defines a custodian as one that guards and protects or maintains. Your body is attached to your thoughts, decisions, and everything else, so it is not going anywhere. It is dependent on you for your care of it. The state of health of your body is a direct reflection of how much of the custodian role you have taken on. For this reason, no one outside of you deserves to be trusted with that care unless they have proven themselves. At level 1, just because someone has a medical degree, that's not enough to trust them. At level 2, a medical degree with evidence of competence is required to trust them. At level 3, you start looking for outside-the-box evidence. When your body has taken over, it is because it has been indulged, not trained, and it has learned not to trust you. Your body acts and responds a lot like a 6-year-old child. I confidently say this because I spent a few years as a first grade teacher. Like our bodies, the children at this age are caught somewhere between the spiritual world and life here on earth. They are searching for clear boundaries, safety, security, and fairness. When they have these qualities, they go forth confidently throughout their day. When they don't have these assurances, they act out. When the rules constantly change, like with fad diets that you change every 3 to 6 months, the body gets confused and acts out. Changing diets all the time and inconsistent eating patterns often lead to binge eating and regretful choices, like that piece of candy or the cake at the office. When the rules are clear and are kept, a child will remain enthusiastic and calm. The same is true for your body. Consistent food quality, quantity, and eating patterns keep your body calm. It is also kind and loving to yourself to do this. It is most often the case that when you have binged, your body has not been sufficiently fed with nutrients. This leads to more cravings and more acting out on the part of your body. When dealing with a 6-year-old, if acknowledgement is pointed out and given for good behavior, she feels good and that behavior continues. You might say to her, "I see that you've helped Andrea with putting the blocks away. That was very kind of you. You did a good job." Noticing and acknowledging yourself for choosing the carrots over the carrot cake creates a feeling of security and trust in your body. And if your body is given enough food, it's less likely to binge. If a child is reprimanded with anger for pulling someone's hair, the child will respond by stomping around and being angry. Telling yourself you failed again and giving yourself messages such as, "Look at how bad you are for having some cake," don't work. Then you get mad at yourself and decide to eat 2 cakes because forget it, you messed up, so why not? But if you respond to the child with the firm kindness and hold her to account with something more along the lines of, "That was not very kind of you, and I know that you are a kind person. You hurt the child whose hair you pulled. Let's apologize." Then the child is more likely to behave kindly. Acknowledge to yourself that you ate a piece of cake, even though you said you wouldn't. Then check in with yourself to find out why. Had you not eaten enough of the healthy food before being in the room with the cake? Had you not been clear to yourself that you wouldn't eat it? Were you feeling guilty and valuing someone else's opinion over your health? Was someone unkind to you? And was your reaction to be unkind to yourself as well, instead of setting a healthy boundary? What did you need to do to take care of yourself that had you make that choice? Was it kind and loving to you? These are the reflections that people go through as they figure it out. When you figure out what your reaction is, you can fix it. If you don't explore your reaction, the behaviors will come back time and time again. I caution you, however, in overdoing the analysis. You can get caught up in analyzing and never get the result. This is a form of indulgence and keeps you feeling safe, but doesn't support your health. This is where discipline comes into play. For some people, discipline isn't accessible. In this case, there may be emotional blocks that keep you stuck. There may be mental habits that keep you stuck. Many people make the mistake of thinking that they are doing something wrong. If you are that person, let me assure you, you are not. Your emotions or mental habits are stuck in a neurological pattern. Neurological patterns can be interrupted by discipline. However, if you don't have a habit of discipline, many techniques are available to support you. I spent years using and getting trained in many techniques, including emotional freedom technique, Psych K, emotion code, meditation, prayer, and more to help unstick my patterns. Over time, I developed a new usable technique that is so simple you can take it with you anywhere and use it anytime. Emotional and mental balancing and repatterning. These are all options for changing your mental and emotional patterns. If you have been struggling for months or years with an issue, I encourage you to look into them. Setting yourself up to not have cravings. The way to set yourself up to not have cravings was something I saw in my first grade classroom when I had started my health restoration journey. We all know sugar makes kids crazy. I was alone with 25 first graders. 25 first graders on sugar were more than any one teacher should have to deal with. So whenever there were classroom parties, which were usually sugar fests with cupcakes and other treats, I started doing fancy 5-course parties instead. I had learned enough about food to realize that I could avoid the sugar high of 25 6-year-olds if I got other food in them instead. It worked much better than I expected. By the time we got to course 5, they had no appetite left. I decided to implement this plan in my personal life as well. It has worked well for me, and I expect it will work well for you too. Basically, when you eat, you go down this list. If you still crave something by course 5, go ahead and have some kind of treat. Ideally, it will be a healthy one, but sometimes fruit will take care of it. As you learn the healthier options, this becomes less of a problem for your health and it's still enjoyable. If you've loaded up on the items higher on the list, you often won't crave the last by the time you get there. Course 1, healthy fresh vegetables. Course 2, healthy meats. Since these are eaten as a close second, the high quality fats here break down the fat soluble nutrients in the vegetables. Course 3, fresh fruit. Course 4, crackers. And course 5, desserts. By the time you get to course 5, your body is often satisfied and feeling healthy. Maybe you just give yourself a bite of something. Often you may not want a donut or a candy at all. The trick is having those vegetables on hand. If you don't have time to food prep, then get the vegetables that are prepped for you at the grocery store. Yes, we should all prepare, but there is a reality about time that 99% of people haven't conquered, myself included some days. If you just start with this, you will get much healthier. Your body, like a 6-year-old's, will be calmer and happier and will respond better to the surprises that life dishes out. Since you are the custodian of your body, you ultimately make the decisions and are responsible for the care of your body. As your body learns to trust that it will not be starved, it will act out less. If it is sure of when it will get meals or that it will get enough food to supply the organs with much needed nutrients, it will no longer grab whatever is in front of it and eat. Your body will make the best decisions it can, but its decisions are based on its experience as a knee-jerk reaction. Like a 6-year-old, your body needs structure and needs to know what it can count on. If it is in a state of survival, which most bodies are when starting this journey, your body will take over and have you perform unintended behaviors like stuffing your face with cake. Don't get mad at yourself, or if you do, forgive yourself as quickly as possible. Just notice what you've done and realize that you probably didn't give your body enough healthy food. The chapter on healthy food will give you some guidance on what that means. The body feels unsafe when it is given experiences that take away from its health. The body feels safe when given experiences that enhance its health. How to keep your body feeling safe and loved. Experiences that cause the body to feel safe and be healthy are these. Foods free of toxins and chemicals, often labeled organic or sustainably raised. The word natural on foods is largely unregulated and a marketing ploy. So look for organic or sustainably raised. Environments free of toxins and chemicals. Expanding the exposure to the higher frequencies and vibrations, such as love, 528 hertz, or gratitude, 432 hertz, most easily found with music. Movement and exercise, including those that get the heart rate up, stretching, running, jumping. Sufficient rest, which varies from person to person. Clear structure on what the body can expect. Experiences that cause the body to be stressed enough to be unhealthy are these. Toxins and chemicals in the food, water, and air. Exposure to the lower frequencies such as worry, fear, anxiety, hate. Mental exposure to conversations, literature, and media input filled with fear, anxiety, grief, anger, hate. Eating dead foods, such as many packaged and processed foods. Just because it says on the label that it's healthy doesn't mean it's healthy. Avoiding exercise or only doing minimal exercises. Walking 10,000 steps is the start of great health and an important, valid step for many. Having such exercise be the end goal will keep you at level 1 health. Chaotic eating or lots of changes in diet and schedules, including not giving yourself enough calories. When you start to consistently make the health-giving choices for your body will likely rebel. It will have sugar cravings as it seeks the familiar. It will also start getting healthy and behave for you, especially as you become more consistent with what you give it. If you try to do these changes all at once, it will freak your body out. So don't. You will learn about all the suggestions here, but start with the one thing that you think will be easiest for you to take charge of. There are 4 categories. Pick one of them, then choose a specific action that is simple enough for you to just do. If you've been on this path for a while, stretch yourself and do as many as you can, or choose something to improve yourself a little bit more. 1, choose healthier food. A, choose one organic or sustainably raised vegetable over the regular ones. Pick one vegetable. B, Eat a vegetable every day. Pick one you feel comfortable eating. C, another choice. 2, expose yourself to higher frequencies. A, stop watching the news every night and instead watch a show from a church or on meditation or about people helping people. B, read religious or spiritual texts, such as the Bible, for 10 minutes a day. C, another choice. 3, exercise daily. A, choose an exercise program and start it. B, figure out why you are not exercising and take care of it. If you have inadequate shoes, buy some. If you are embarrassed or uncomfortable at the gym, exercise at home instead. If you pick an exercise that you don't like or is too hard or too easy, then change it. Pick a program that's at your level. C, go for a walk or learn how to jog safely. D, another choice. 4, avoid toxins. A, go to Environmental Working Group, www.ewg.org, to learn about toxins in your products so you can make another choice. B, pick a product for your lotion that is paraben-free. C, get a water filter for your house. One is better than none, and Berkey is better than most. Do what's best for you. D, other. Now, let's dig into some basics of how a healthy body works and what you can do to help yours.
That concludes chapter 3, Your Body Has a Mind of Its Own. I think there are two very important points in this particular chapter. One of them is that your body does have a mind of its own, and you are not your body. You are the custodian of your body. And the other important point is that you can set yourself up to not have cravings and not indulge. And the different courses, starting with healthy fresh vegetables and moving to your healthy meats, then the fresh fruit, the crackers, and the desserts. By just eating in that order, you can intercept some of those cravings and binging that you might be prone to having, or even just not making the best choices, and knowing that when you're having the crackers or the protein, or I say crackers in course 4, that's really carbohydrates, the chips, the crackers, potatoes. Holding off on those until a little bit later down the line can make a difference in what you eat. And you'll less likely have regret. Also, at the very end of the chapter is the opportunity to pick for yourself one thing that you are going to be able to implement in your life. And it's not about changing, it's about adding to your life something that supports you and isn't going to make your life harder, but give your life a little extra something. So if you feel the need to exercise and you haven't been, to just add that in. Choosing a healthier food, figuring out how to expose yourself to higher frequencies, whether that's turning off the news or getting some music that's at a higher vibration or frequency, and looking at toxins. And it really happens one step at a time. There's a saying that something along the lines of the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. And so it really is just taking one step after another step and being kind to yourself along the way, because it's a different journey and it isn't one that is supported by the mainstream community right now. But it is also very loving and kind to yourself to make these choices that are just a little bit healthier today than they were yesterday. So those are my thoughts on chapter 3. On the next podcast, I'll be reading from chapter 4, organs, cells, and atoms, but mostly atoms. And if you would like a hard copy or a digital copy of Vim and Vigor, there is a link below that you can get that. and I will see you for chapter 4.